My ladies and gents, meine Damen und Herren, ja, very welcome out here to the harbour of Gothenburg. Which here, if you haven't noticed, there's a big sailing ship right now. And this is Paddan Viking, built in the year 1906 in Copenhagen. Promise, you won't believe your eyes.
17 and a half.
You see it? 17 and a half. What? You see, when they built this street here, the big new street, among all the rich people, they started in the ends of the street and then they built into the middle. They did the same thing with putting numbers on the houses here, but they miscalculated a little bit. Because when they came to the middle here, they had two buildings, but only one number. So instead of just doing it all over again, they just split the number in half, and the red door got the number 17 and a half. So basically, it's instead of 17A and 17B. And this is actually the only house in Sweden that has a half number. So this is very unique, actually. So here you have it, the big new street, the rich part. Well, it used to be. No, there are only ordinary people here. Gothenburg has grown a lot since it was founded, obviously. And today we have about 540,000 people living in downtown Gothenburg. But if you count the surroundings as well, called the Alfons Åberg Cultural House. And this is like a big playground for kids, built in the honor of a Swedish cartoon called Alfons Åberg, and his dad, who actually looks exactly like the old Swedish Prime Minister, Fredrik Reinfeldt, as well. Oh, they look exactly the same, right? Yes, they do. Google him later, otherwise. But if you have kids, bring them here. It's open every day. Kids love it. It's the perfect place. If you don't have kids, borrow someone's. Ask first, of course. It's a good rule to remember. But you will love it, I promise. After this bridge here now, just take a quick look to your right, because there you're going to see an old water lock gate, or a sluice. And this one, this lock gate here, built in the year 1873, and this was the first lock gate in Gothenburg and the only one remaining. But no one uses it anymore, except for us here at Paddan Sightseeing, where we do some special Christmas tours during December. Then we go down that way, and I can really recommend you to do that because it doesn't rain here at all during the winter, so it's a lot of fun. Wow, but not cold at all. It's cheap as well, 500 euros. So enjoy. It's one great tour, but you won't see it open, that lock gate. Hello, kids. So you have probably noticed, by the way, that we have a lot of trams here in Gothenburg. You know these big trains here? Straßenbahn in German, I think, if anyone is in Germany. Ah, wie geht's? Gut, ich auch, ja. I don't speak German, but I try. Ich heiße Martin. Good. So Gothenburg was the first city in Europe who got these trams or Straßenbahns. And the first one came in the year 1879 and was driven by a horse. And then in the year 1902 we got our first electrical tram as well. And all of them are also named after famous Gothenburgers. So there's a name tag on every train for whom it's named after as well. Shopping mall, shopping center, and it's called Nordsan, and this is one of the biggest shopping malls in the whole Scandinavia. It's actually that big, it fits about 55 whole football fields, so they play a lot of football in there. No, but it's huge. You can buy anything in here, and it's open until 8 o'clock every night. But today is Sunday, so I think it closes at 6-ish. It's usually very crowded, so I recommend you to go before lunch, actually, if you're going. But Nordsan, this is kind of like the heart of Gothenburg. This is like this is the heart of downtown Gothenburg, where we are right now. And where we're going through now, this whole area here is called the Brunsparken, or the Fountain Park. And every tram hopefully find a way home again. So good to remember. Now underneath this bridge, now watch out for the birds, because this is where they sleep. And up here on your right side, you can also see the old king, the statue of him, the figure of the old king, Gustav Adolf II. He was the one who founded Gothenburg in the year 1621. So he stood here on this square, pointed down on the ground, and said, "Build a city right here, otherwise I'll retire." So, but they wanted him to stay, so they built the city. But that's a figure of him. That's how he looked like. And since we have some lovely, lovely German people on the boat here, we also have the German church, the Deutsche Kirche, ja. Built during the 1700s for the Queen Christina. They've had since a German congregation, so eine Deutsche Versammlung. And it looks a little bit weird, doesn't it? You know, with all different colors and everything. And that's because it has burned down 4 times since it was built. They have only rebuilt the destroyed parts of the church. So the tower is the oldest one, and then it's newer, and the piece over there is made of plastic. That's very new, very new. But that's why it looks different and a little bit weird. Very, very beautiful on the inside. So I can really recommend you to visit, actually. And this building here, this is the Museum of Gothenburg. And it's open every day except for Mondays, and it costs only 40 crowns, that's about 40 euros. And right now they have a huge exhibition about how Gothenburg was founded. And it's a lot of fun. I can really recommend you to visit. Free for kids as well. And our Captain Elias, he has actually worked in the museum before, by the way, if you have some questions later. Yes. So prepare a hard one. If you take a look in front of me now, you can see on the corner there is a yellow building with a flag on the top. You see it? That is actually the oldest building in the whole city. It's called the King's House, the yellow one. This is in there the Swedish king and queen lives when they come to visit Gothenburg. So this is their Gothenburg palace, kind of. And one of the former kings, Carl Gustav X, even died in the building. When he did, his 5-year-old son, Carl XI, actually took the power over Sweden. And the first law he passed was free ice cream for everyone. So he was a great king. They loved him, the child king. But this was a very, very long time ago, in the year 1660. So this is a very historical building for Sweden, right there. It's closed, by the way, so you can't visit or walk around in it, unfortunately. Underneath this bridge, take a look to your left, up in the roof. This bridge is called the cheese grater, or the cheese slicer. And this might explain why. You can feel the wind. My ladies and gents, meine Damen und Herren, ja, very welcome out here to the harbour of Gothenburg, which is actually the biggest harbour in Gothenburg and the whole Scandinavia. This is the biggest port in the whole northern Europe, actually. So take a lot of photos now. It usually rains here all the time, like 8 days a week, so very, very often. So take your time. And the first thing you can see here out in the harbour is this. You see all the ships here, all the boats? This is a floating museum called the Maritime, and it's a museum of 16 different boats you can walk around on and look at things. And as you can see there, they even have a submarine you can go down into as well if you want to. And it's a lot. In the museum, the biggest one is this one, far out to your right. This is the Beast, the Death Ship, the Destroyer, Småland. Built in the year 1952, and then served the Swedish Navy for 30 dangerous years. Until the year 1987, when it was placed here at the museum. The thing was though, they didn't replace Småland here, the ship, with a new or bigger ship in the Navy or anything when it got retired, placed here. So they actually kept Småland sharp, you know, still functional with all the weapon systems and everything. So in case of an emergency, they would still be able to use Småland, you know, since they already got the ship. But when the former US President, George W. Bush, visited Gothenburg in 2001, the US Secret Service didn't want anyone to have, you know, weapons in the city, and especially not a big death killer ship here in the middle of the harbor. So then in 2001, they closed down Småland once. But you're allowed today to walk into every single room and press every button, which is a lot of fun. Yes, so I can recommend it. And take a look at this now. Do you see the bridge in front of you here? It's called Göta. And do you see the tram and the bus coming over there to your left? Going across the bridge? You're gonna see now when they go over the top there, they're gonna drive really, really slowly. That's because this bridge here now was built in the year 1939. So it's very, very old now, and it actually might fall down. So they're gonna build a new bridge, but until they do that, all heavy vehicles have to drive really slowly over the top, because that would cause less vibration for the bridge, and it might last a few more days. So wear a helmet if you walk over, because it might fall down. No, it's true, it's true. They're going to build a new bridge in 5 years. It's going to be finished in 2021. So until then, watch out. Amazing, isn't it? Göta. Never cross it. Never. I do it every day, but I also wear a life jacket all the time. In front of you, you also can see another building, a huge one, a red and white one. This is our own Empire State Building. It's called the Lipstick. That's the official name. It was built in the year 1989, 89 meters tall. On the top, this is the good part now. You see the glass box up there? That's a skybox. It's a cafeteria and a restaurant open for the public. So that is actually the highest point that you can get to in the whole city. Great view from up there. So really, visit and grab a coffee. You're gonna love it. And right here, if you haven't noticed, there's a big sailing ship right now. And this is Barken Viking, built in the year 1906 in Copenhagen, Denmark, and was a cargo ship for about 50 years and sailed all around the world many, many times. But has, since the year 1966, been stuck here in the harbor. It can't leave Gothenburg, since the highest mast here on the Viking is 55 meters high. But in the year 1966, we built another bridge between Gothenburg and the ocean, but that one was only 45 meters high. So the Viking actually can't leave Gothenburg, and is stuck in here forever and ever. Today is a hotel and restaurant, and our captain Elias, he actually used to work there before. If you have questions later, by the way.
If you like this video and want more videos from Think Gear, please subscribe and hit the notification button.